Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. We're still outdoors at our summer home here at the Pulpit Club.
Yep.
Just
nice to
north
be on
of
grass.
Yes, indeed, sun shining. We're always asked when we do wedge fit videos, Mikey, to do them on turf, in bunkers, in an environment where obviously wedges can be tested for their nuances and their sole design and you know, whatever sort of differences that we're talking about here. And we're talking about two very, very unique wedges in the Vokey lineup. Earlier this year, Vokey released into the kind of mainstream lineup the SM9 T Grind. 4 degrees of bounce, the narrowest sole of any of the SM9 family, very low bounce. And then recently, literally last week, they done a limited run of a very unique one, Mikey, the V Grind.
Yeah, big WedgeWorks one. It's on tour quite a bit. And, you know, now the public does have access to the V Grind. Very similar in a way, but tons more wider sole, a little bit more relief heel to toe on that one. Reminds me of the M Grind.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more nuances on the bottom.
For sure. So I think for those interested in a wedge or a sole design like this, where you've got kind of toe and heel relief, you've got the shaping, you've got the kind of contoured shaping, I would say T would be for the player who's playing in very firm turf conditions, very firm sand conditions. That's where the low bounce comes into its own, gives you the full versatility. Would be a bit more of a struggle on soft turf, soft sand. So here today, we've got a little bit of a combination of both. We've got quite firm turf, but we've got very soft sand, and we're going to go and hit a few bunker shots in a second as well, and kind of look at the reaction of the ball. We'll set a camera up at the green, so you guys will be able to see the ball's reaction. Obviously, the better the strike on the ball, the more spin it's going to have and more stopping power. So let's go and test them both. 4 degrees of bounce, 10 degrees of bounce on the V, Mikey. The V instantly made it into my bag. I with my wedge setup this year, I ordered a 5808 M Grind, basically trying to make a V Grind. Then literally the next week, this shows up in the mail. We were in the bay doing some testing. I was struggling a bit with the M Grind.
A little bit, yeah.
Could hit the shots I wanted to with the V. It was literally an instant change.
So that's got a Project X LZ in it.
120.
6.0. This just has the Wedge Flex S200 style wedge.
All right, let's hit a few. This is about a 30-yard pitch shot. Just try and pitch it in there. Oh, members bounce. So 33 degrees of launch, 65, 81 on the spin. Always interesting we start talking about dynamic loft. 54 degrees of dynamic loft there. We've got 4 degrees of bounce. We actually are in negative bounce situation there. So for me, that's why I'm playing Jeopardy a little bit with a wedge like this, because I have more forward shaft lean than I have bounce on the club, which makes the leading edge very vulnerable to being caught in the ground. Came out a little bit lower, that one.
Yeah, you can hear it though. It still wants to kind of cut through the turf.
It does.
32 launch, 62 spin.
Yep, quite consistent. Maybe got a little more spin in that one, Mikey.
Now on these 30-yard pitches, you obviously have the face a little bit open, and from me standing over this, if the viewers could see this, I mean, the ball is right on the heel, like El Hazel area, and they're coming out really not toey, but right out of the face. Talk to me about the in the heel kind of position.
Totally. So for me, I think the tendency when it comes to wedges is to go in quite an aggressive arc. And when you're pulling the CG around that aggressively, I just tend to find that if I miss it, I always miss it toe side. I'm never worried about hitting it in the heel. So I've just gotten really comfortable at literally just playing it right in the heel. And then I just go, okay, be aggressive with the rotation. It's just a body turn thing for me at that point. And it's always like, hit a little cut. That's basically what I think about. So handle works by the right thigh. Expose the loft a little bit.
That's nice. Very, very nice.
See, what's that?
31 at 52.
Yeah, maybe come out a little bit less spin there. Maybe had a little dirt in the face or something. We always preach, obviously, cleaning the face.
Okay, on to the V Grind. To me, again, like I said, it's very M Grindish in a way.
It is.
But I mean, this sits a little tighter to the turf, even with 10 degrees of bounce.
And you can see, that's a lot of bounce.
It's a lot of
really
bounce.
see that there.
Yeah.
Sitting very, very high. I mean, lots of people favouring the D grind. I know you and I like the D grind in our sand wedges. You know, I don't like that amount of bounce in my lob wedge, but for me, just the V just sits in a perfect little window. Like, I can feel how much more protection there is on that one.
Yeah, it's the club staying in and across the turf a lot longer.
Much better.
33 at 69.
Good.
Launches up.
No, that was what I like to feel there. Like, that just feels like it's so safe for me just to hit down on that one. I can probably start being a bit more aggressive with it. And there's that strike just in the toe.
Yeah, but higher too.
Yeah.
Like, it's hanging around that second and third groove rather than that, you know, first groove.
Definitely. That's the toy one.
Yeah.
You could hear that.
Yeah, yeah, launch comes down a bit, but
yeah,
you still get away with it.
Okay, not the best strike, but...
Yeah, I like the V4. The ball wants to run up the face a bit more.
Definitely. And that's where there was 60 degrees of delivered loft. I'm obviously trying to float that high.
Yeah.
I got in the turf a little bit early and it bailed me out, basically.
Yeah,
Okay, one more.
Okay.
Then we'll go over to the bunker and hit a few.
Really nice.
Yeah, a little bit more spin to this one for
32
sure.
32 and 73.
Okay, let's hit a few bunker shots.
Okay, Fraz, in the bunker, you've had this wedge now a couple weeks. Thoughts on it? Out of the sand?
I haven't hit, honestly, that many bunker shots with it.
Really? Okay.
Played in Portugal last week. Bunkers were quite inconsistent over there. Yeah, there was some newer ones with lots of sand in them. This would be a lots of sand type of bunker, very soft. Looks like it's been probably redone recently, start of the season. Then there's a few that were really firm, and yeah, this thing excels in medium to soft sand.
Right, yeah.
You know, without doubt, you can feel it bounce quite a bit, so you have to work the heel a lot when you get in that firm bunker. You got to kind of get in and allow that just to dig. So yeah, you just got to learn how it plays, basically. But yeah, I did really like it.
You would call this a standard bunker shot for yourself?
Yeah.
Green side?
Exactly. Green side, little sort of open face for me, Mikey. And again, I'm thinking a bit of an aggressive thump down.
Yeah.
You can see with those, Mike, I'm taking a bit of sand.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not somebody who's super shallow and in all honesty, not that precise about where I'm coming into the sand. So like I really need more bounce.
To me, I mean, it sounded almost like you caught that a bit heavy, but
you catch it heavy,
still got a decent result out of it.
I've got a 3-footer.
Yeah.
See if I can get a little closer to it with a strike, kind of make that line. That, you know, I like that, people doing that when they practice.
Totally.
I like people knowing where their entry point was. I'd probably like that entry point to be about on that middle line there.
Yeah.
That'd be good for me.
That's nice.
A little bit more
higher.
daring.
Yeah.
So we got the entry point on the line there.
Yeah, 44 launch and 4,300 spin out of the bunker.
Yeah, the launch being obviously the key. You know, when you're in these bunkers, you've got to get it, you know, out high, landing soft. One that's kind of maybe sitting down a little bit. Again, got to, you know, get that heel working that way. When you've got the ball sitting down like this.
You see how much you're trying to get a lot lower to that ball too. Like you're drilling that left foot right into the sand.
And kind of making sure the face never really rotates.
Yeah.
If anything, I want impact kind of heel in first, then I'm going to kind of reverse the face.
Yeah, yeah.
Trying to kind of keep all that loft on it. It's never going to be the prettiest bunker shot, but it should just kind of pop out and pop up.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's just going to pop out then. It's going to be a bit of a chunk and run.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's what you get when the ball's sitting down like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, for us, T grind out of the bunker, completely different animal.
Yeah.
No bounce, 4 degrees of bounce.
As low as it gets.
Yeah.
I think Cleveland a few years ago made a an X low that was 3 degrees of bounce. That's the lowest I've ever known of.
Yeah.
So this is right there.
Yeah. Now, obviously, for this type of sand, this is a little bit softer. Probably not the best kind of wedge for this kind of sand.
No, for a lot of people it wouldn't be. But if you've got great hands and great low point control, it would be fine.
Yeah.
I don't really fall into that category for sure. But I'm going to try and shallow this and kind of have the loft coming out a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
For me, I really try and focus on the back of the wedge. Try not to think about putting the leading edge in
Yeah,
first.
because that could get stuck and then not out of the bunker.
You can hear how much, like,
under.
you got to be so shallow with that.
Made no noise, right underneath it.
No thump, it just cut right through it. Yeah, it's harder. It's way harder. There's more variables. Like, I got shallower. You don't see the same depth. You need a totally different level of speed.
Yeah.
I just did not have nearly enough speed through the shot there.
With that toe and heel relief of the V, it's just so much easier to get out of the bunker.
A million times easier. All right, one more.
Another big swing.
Big swing, lots of speed.
Yeah.
Trying to get as much out as I can. I mean, good result, but just feels to me like I'm going to be a little bit of the old, say it that magic or tragic sort of thing with this. Whereas with the V, I've got more bounce. And that's why we always tell you guys, carry more bounce. You know, have a little bit of protection on your side. It's great to play the low bounce ones, and when you hit that lovely clipped wedge shot, nothing feels better. Like playing a blade.
Totally.
But we all need a little more help than that.
I can understand why you put the V grind right in the bag. It's automatic.
It is. It's really nice. Okay, guys, we know obviously the V is going to be speaking to a very select audience out there. Thousands of them made, globally. Obviously, it's available on tour. You'll see a bunch of them on tour. T is more available. Those of you who play firm sand, firm turf conditions and that type of thing, a great option for you. But I would say test it.
Test it, yeah.
Test it before you buy it, because it's a little bit on the dicey side. I still think there's going to be more M grinds out there, and some more S grinds, that type of thing.
Yeah, and if you want to go that low, even the L, there'd probably be more L grinds than that T.
True,
it's very niche.
L being a little bit further back.
Yeah.
Very good point. All right, guys, 2 more to the ever-expanding Vokey line that we think you guys should try. Obviously, the #1 wedge in golf by a country mile, and just expanding the options and just giving you guys more and more wedges to help really cater to your own game. So stay tuned for more on the wedges out here at the pulpit this summer, and we'll see you again soon.